Baseline. They've never signaled that Jenkins was the one they were calling it on, but saw it on the replay. Put back goes!
And that's going to be born for the first time since 4 minutes into the game.
And nobody's showing defensively on that little ball screen.
Carolina's missed 9 of its last 10. And
look at this kid.
Hart almost got away with it. Up ahead to Hicks. Gets past O'Checkford. Big time move.
His ability to drive and hit that little hang shot like that.
Jackson.
Nice pass.
Carolina underneath. Never given up hope. As the Orange were down 9 a couple of times. Benajay now completing the 3-point play.
And Raph, you talked about Carolina's offense, 10 points in the paint, but also 6 points off of Syracuse's turnovers.
They're just absolutely sensational scoring in that area.
So 0 for 10 from the 3-point line. The Tar Heels.
4 to shoot here. Page gives it up to Hicks. Off the hip. Got it in time. But they're 2 out of 7 from the free throw line. And, oh my goodness, front end.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Big difference in this game. One of the big differences. 2 out of 8. And 50 seconds now. The Carolinas lead at 10.
Key little trip here for a stop. Did something at the other end. Look at that slip pass.
Great dish. Wow. Wow.
Can't stand to watch. He beats him.
Well, you can score from the 3. He's done that. He's improved in mid-range. But the next level is getting to the rim.
Good line. 69% free throw shooter. Misses them both. Oh, it's up in the air. Kicks it. BJ beats him in the corner. Can't get it to go. That's August. Got his hands on it and a fight for it. Page. Wow. What a play. Up ahead. Benson up top. Oh, throw it down. Novi checks in. It'll be Yogi Ferrell for 3. Bryce Johnson with a rebound. By the way, Marcus Page with those 12 points. He is now tied Michael Jordan, the all-time North Carolina scoring list. 12 early ones in the game.
All right, Greg, thank you. I don't know what the arithmetic or the analytics or the algorithm is on Kansas, but they have got 2 of everything. They are amazing. There's a nice pencil knocked away by Bryce Johnson, who comes up with his 10th rebound.
Well, it's one thing to make the spin move, but then you got to shoot it over Bryce Johnson, and that's tough. And a weak side Isaiah Hicks as well.
Bryce Johnson's got the double-double. 21st of the year. Hicks. Finished the AP poll number 3. Highest finish since 2009. Wheels.
Well, and as we've seen here this weekend, they can come at you from a lot of different directions. Well, I've been impressed with the way they've been able to shrink the floor defensively, especially on Dunn and Mitchell. He's already found out as hit. Providence got to continue to play hard here.
Page and Hicks is open. With that groove. Drive and then a slam. Shot clock at 3. Long shot. Zach Johnson. Picked up by Page. Off to the races. Ahead to Joe Barry. Pinson. Isaiah Hicks into Morelia. And he puts it in.
Trade that North Carolina defense. The passes to 80 players aren't there.
Britt with a 3. Rebound by Hicks. He corkscrews one up. Pinson on the wing. Inside he goes. Flopping one up. Hicks. Up high. They have staggered here in the second half. Zach Johnson a triple. Dubois got a hand on it and reeled in nicely by Nate Britt.
And Kev, to your point, yes, they've stumbled, but let's give a lot of credit to Roy Williams and this Carolina defense stepping up. Finally.
Hicks carving, scoring.
We don't value the tournament. He says we've been in the title game 5 of the last 6 years. He says I kind of like to win this one.
Yeah. He said if they're going to get to Saturday night and be tired, over the next few days before the NCAA tournament starts, they may as well win it.
Well, if they're going to win, they've got to stop turning the ball over. North Carolina's got 5 turnovers already.
4 subs into the game for Carolina, including the ace. Sure is. It used to be 8, then it was 9, now it's 15, although just 14 this year. Louisville not here. Nice feed. Page to Hicks.
Guarding Evan Nolte. And Nolte just faded to that three-point line. Johnson didn't go with him.
.40 seconds to go.
Well, how about Virginia? Talk about never say die.
Hicks at the free throw line. Spins into Nolte, puts it up, and it's good. What a huge...
Watching Barry play basketball, and a football coach said to Roy Williams, you know, if he wanted to play football, he'd be a big-time football recruit as a defensive back.
Well, that's why, just because of the strength he exhibits. And when you get the ball that deep, Isaiah Hicks is going to score.
2008. Barry, the three from the wing. Slam back in by Hicks.
Colson is really impressive. Those guys go after it. They are hard to block out. And they don't surrender to a block out when there's initial contact. 2-3 zone now.
As Allison said in her hit right before the game, Mike Bray told us about an hour before the game, Hicks with a slam that he won.
And that's the versatility of Bonzie Colson. He can knock that shot down. He can drive it. He's a heck of a player.
So's that guy, Isaiah Hicks. Tonight. We're getting good minutes from guys like Hicks and James. Tap out there by Jackson. How many times do you see Carolina do that on a missed free throw?
Well, that's the thing. That's what they're known for, and you have to be alert for it. That's what Notre Dame can. You can turn those into offensive opportunities for yourself if you're alert.
Page inside. Whips a pass into Hicks for another slam.
Well, the shot fakes and pushing to the bucket and scoring with the left hand. That's a left elbow that has 13 stitches in it. He did not play in their regular season finale, a loss at Georgia Tech after he banged that elbow into a locker and needed 13 stitches. Isaiah Hicks. And that was a 2-point field goal for James Robinson. Hicks one-on-one on Jeter.
They've had nothing.
For Jones, you got credit for the bucket on the goaltend, his first field goal. Bryce Johnson blocks that shot cleanly. Under 5.5 to go. Inside for Hicks. Are they going to count it?
Drive, baseline drift, looking to the opposite baseline, and Matt Jones, another excellent three-point shooter.
Isaiah Hicks with a strong move.
You've got to win games. And in order to win games, you got to do the things that cause you to win and eliminate the things that cause you to lose. I do the little 2-2-1 3/4 court pressure. Carolina's got to get more efficient, and that's one way to get the ball inside, catch it.
Syracuse on a 9-0 run to take a 3-point lead. 11 minutes to go in the first half. The Orange on the comfortable side of the bubble, at least for the time being. Joe Lunardi has them in the tournament as a number 9 seed. They're 19-10. All of a sudden, Syracuse within 4. Big miss by Richardson. Hicks from it off the floor. His 7th rebound. Averaging a double-double for the year. Bryce Johnson, 17 points, 10.4 rebounds.
Well, make sure note about those guys in the assist to turnover ratio is the pace at which they play. Right? One of the fastest in the country, still able to make those kinds. That's defended as well as you can defend it. And Page ended that possession with a hand directly in Benajay's face. That is just terrific concentration from Benajay.
Is it too late to include him in serious talk for Player of the Year in the conference? Hicks drops it in.
A little bit perhaps against teams you would think they should have beaten. They've lost at George Washington. They lost at Virginia Tech. They lost at Georgia Tech. But they have been playing better lately. Their defense, as Hicks makes a strong move to tie the game.
That's one of those where Roy Williams has just got to grin and bear it, because that was an excellent defensive possession by North Carolina, and they wound up giving up a bucket.
Hicks with good position down low to tie the game. You talk about efficient.
Bryce Johnson has not scored in quite some time. I'd like to see him get a touch here.
Comes out to get a touch. Now the handoff to Page. Gets it back. Dumps it down to Hicks.
Excellent job.
There's a steal by Martin. A very poor pass. And then he turns it right back over to Page.
Hicks with a ball fake and a drive. Count it. Barber falling away.
The iron unkind, and it's pulled down by Carolina. Meeks touch pass to Hicks.
Things have not gone very well for Mark Godfrey's guys after a very, very hot start.
Yeah, it was almost too much too soon from one guy. Fool's gold, I think, does apply. Hicks, baseline turnaround, gets it to go, and the lead balloons.
Just about 2 minutes going by in this first half. Rodriguez coughs it up. Long strides. Hicks strong to the hole. Isaiah. They do put pressure on you. Newton can really get into the teeth of the defense. Page gives it up. Johnson extra feed. Ball to start play in this second half.
And a little look of his own. I got nervous. Nice inside screen. This was what they do very well. To get positioned like that and take a hit like that.
Meanwhile, North Carolina has extended the lead. 14 early stages second half.
Shovel cup ball screen, an empty side.
Isaiah Hicks. Still 13 minutes and change left in this one. Lawrence underneath the rim.
Isaiah impacting their attitude right now. Nice catch.
Jackson on the push. Page is 2 of 7 from the field.
Quick feed.
Hicks, the spin move.
Ingram hangs too strong off the glass. Rebound Johnson. Carolina looking to run. Hicks. Allen makes it a 2-point game. Page. Why are they shooting threes? Hicks with a save as he and Thornton go tumbling into the first row of seats.
North Carolina's got to get the ball inside. That's where their advantage is. And the big guys have to move and look to post.
Hicks will drive and get it to go.
Left hand banks it in. His first bucket. It was really a nice job by Jamie Dixon to change what the Panthers were trying to do on offense. He is a hard guy for most other big people to defend because he can go outside and use the dribble. Pass underneath, left alone, Isaiah Hicks. He is. Wilson stumbles, loses the ball, another turnover. And North Carolina, so far in this game, has really made the Panthers pay for these turnovers.
The alley-oop to Kennedy.
How did he catch that? Good heavens.
Barry will trigger it in. Inside and put off the window. Beautiful. Tatum is finally corralled to Britt. And a follow by Hicks.
You know that's
yeah, it is.
They like to do.
It's basically just a little bit of lazy defense. You got to take that dribble all the way to the handoff, and then if you switch, that's fine. But you can't just anticipate the switch and open up that lane.
Turnaround jumper from the baseline for Isaiah Hicks. Now the kick out. Barry for 3. It's no good. There's Hicks. Offensive rebound we mentioned, and another one for Isaiah Hicks, who has 4 quick points. 3-point play finished. The foul was on James, and he goes to the bench picking up a couple.
Back to a 2-3 zone now after the make.
Hicks goes high for the catch and then uses the left nicely. Well, he's come up.
Kenyon Meeks really kind of wore down throughout the season. And it actually gave him a little bit of a rest, so he should be fresher as we get toward the end of the season than he was last year.
Ryan had a look at it, couldn't get it to go. Right in the middle of that zone, there's Hicks, and Isaiah has been a force.
Against Syracuse.
Bryce Johnson. North Carolina averaging 85.8 points per game. That is most in the country among major conference teams. Strong move and count it for Isaiah Hicks. And that is Walker scores inside. The lead is 4 for Louisville. Their largest lead 5 in the opening seconds of this second half. Tough pass, but it got through. Barry to Hicks for a nice basket inside.
I mean, scoring increase this year is third in the ACC behind Cat Barber and Grayson Allen, and that's a very good company to be in. As Joe Barry has tremendously improved this season.
Nice touch by Hicks, the 6'9". Vincent over the top. Johnson sent to the bank. Hicks with the follow.
And that's that advantage.
Spun around a couple of times.
That's one of those ones where you need to get back. It shouldn't count as a field goal attempt.
Hicks with a turn and fire and drops it in with a sweet touch.
He's this one and gets it.
Well, Virginia Tech has to take advantage of that. Zach Leday in ACC play coming into this game, 10 for 16 from 3. He must knock down shots for the Hokies.
Kenny Williams checking in for the first time for Carolina. That's 24 in blue. Back to a 16-point lead. Hicks in traffic and a strong finish attacking the rim. Sweater for Buzz Williams.
Well, he's not the only one wearing that sweater. After wearing it last year, that's become a trademark here at Virginia Tech. And the Hokies are hoping it brings a little good luck, but...
Brennan open look. And the tip in. Hicks somehow got...
Here's Page for 3.
Yeah, he's still cold. Can't quite get it going.
Hicks back up and in plus the...
Lose those tight games. What a big loss they took last night on the road to Oklahoma State.
Blocked by Doral Moore. Hicks. His reverse is good. And Michigan State...
So the wooden watch list will eventually be set at 15, of which voters will choose from. And every year there are players that are on that final ballot that aren't on the preseason or midseason list, so there is time for him.
She squares the body exceptionally well. So far, they've done a great job. NC State. It's early. It's 6 minutes of the game. Keeping North Carolina from running up and down the floor in transition.
This is exactly what Gottfried wanted.
Great
fade. Hicks with a stop. And can he get up in a hurry? It's been about 4 minutes. Page trying to end that off the window. Hicks up and in.
Hicks with him solid.
Drop down and Roberson shot. Yeah, maybe he didn't touch it. Nobody complained on the Carolina bench. Nate Britt misses the 3. And Hicks is there for the putback.
Bryce Johnson.
A season high. 23 points for Cooney, and the lead grows to 6. Touch pass Johnson, the finish for Hicks. What out the bench? Richardson has come back in for Syracuse. They get another shooter, but they get smaller to the defensive end as Leiden has to go back into the middle of that zone.
North Carolina has traditionally been so good at what just happened. A missed free throw, they knock it back out.
Great pass. Johnson has had a number of took it away, and there's his first field goal of the game.
North Carolina, for the most part, has not turned the ball over and had it lead the points on the other end for Syracuse.
The basket will count for him.
You can even help off of them.
3 minutes to go. Carolina with the ball and a 3-point lead. Jackson into Johnson. Another great pass to Hicks.
From the Carrier Dome, both games streaming live on Watch ESPN and the ESPN app.
Well, big welcome back to Jim Boeheim, one of the best to ever do it.
Open shot to North Carolina. Give that one up.
And the follow by Hicks. He was back to 6. Tough left-handed hook. Jacobs can't get it to go down.
Just because that shot is close doesn't mean it's easy, Tim.
I'll take. This is the second. He's got 10 points. And 38 seconds remain in the first half.
That is some catch. Good heavens.
How about win
teams on the road this year is going to have a tough time. The teams are, every team in the ACC, I think, is improved, including this Georgia Tech team. They shot 26% from beyond the arc a year ago as a team, and they're shooting 60% today, and that's a big reason why they have the lead.
This 7th-ranked Carolina team plays Florida State Monday night. This is a tough stretch for the Tar Heels. Nice move. Looked like one of the wide receivers. Hicks with a turnaround. Somehow got.
Clemson playing confidently here in the early going.
They've gotten off to a good start.
Berry over the top. That one interrupted by Jete. Hicks went for the save, and he did. Page finding him on the baseline. He's going to move it right back to him for the stuff. DeVoe high on the wing. Shot clock down to 8. Grantham letting fly, but that won't drop.
This is not maybe the best scoring lineup for North Carolina, but it is a great energy lineup. This group will play hard and hard together.
How sweet was that?
Carolina.
He can really pass it too. Smith lets fly, not there.
Barry really sticks his nose in there, gets down to the baseline and rebounds.
Hicks airborne. Oh, he made it. Took the hit.
Offensive player, and you just don't see shooting touches on big guys like Bryce Johnson has got. I mean, I think he's a first-round draft pick. He's going to play in the NBA for a long, long time.
Hicks bounces in for 2 more.
Clemson going to ball screens, and then they'll re-screen off of it. But that was another good pass by Blossom Game right out of that action.
Determined drive by Jackson. Flips it back out for Page. Here's Hicks. He wants to go on the spin into the paint. Not to be denied.
Baldwin, the spin move and the step back. Can't convert. Hicks down low. The overpowering move.
Carolina would jump them. They turned the basketball over on that possession.
Smith the hoop on one end. Pinson the miss on the other. Hicks down low. The 3 has not been efficient there this year. Pinson skies for the rebound. And Hicks with a bounce.
Well, RJ father Ken, and we had this point guard named Chris Paul, and he thought he had a better opportunity coming to Carolina and playing. Just a tough, hard-nosed glue guy for this team that could really space the defense with threes.
Hicks in the
there weren't as many of those violent collisions. And you think it would affect Duke more anyway, the way they used to take charges. When we used to play with them, Roy, I'm telling you, cheerleaders came off the baseline and took charges off.
In the paint, down it goes for Isaiah. During his playing days here, since he goes, I'll tell you what, he took one of the best charges I can ever remember. It was against Arizona on the road against Jordan Hill, no less. Tar Heels had about a 25-point lead. Wildcats were rallying at home.
Phases of the game on the defensive end, they have to get some stops and get out and get some early baskets.
He's pleading with his team in his shoot-around today. We cannot throw interceptions for touchdowns against these guys, because that'll be deadly.
Yes.
Up top, Berry using the screen by Johnson, taking the baseline. Nice wraparound for a great stop by Hicks.
Is averaging nearly 21 points per game. The next guy is 11 points less than he. They have to get some more run support on the offensive end, and those talented freshmen are going to have to provide it.
Nice try. Great move there by 50%, 35% from 3 is all right, but they've missed their last 9.
Getting really good looks. OB, they're just not making them. I think they got to throw that basketball back inside and play out of Bryce Johnson or Isaiah Hicks. They've been able to get some good stuff inside when they've thrown it there.
Here's Page to his right. Down low for Hicks and a stop. Watch it, but he gets it up and in anyway. Really stayed with that play.
What a strong move. Kept his strong base, which gave him the ability to explode up to the backboard.
Pinson over the top and stuffed in while you were looking for number 4. Right, I think for a lot of viewers, 66-51 is much closer than they would have anticipated. Laid in underneath the basket.
Screen and shape up. Theo Pinson on the bench, off the floor. That one's short. Nice job. Nice. Isaiah Hicks with a tip. And there's Alford, and Parker wasn't ready for it. Britt's got some speed, too, to push. But there's something in transition.
Oh, they are. They really get it. Nice look.
Beautiful.
How about that?
I think most people, and Justin said, no, it's tumble.
Okay, well, you go with him, right?
I think so.
And I'll tell you what I love about his game. And no question he can shoot. Look at the strength with Hicks at the...
Takes it. Double team. Bolden.
And look at the run the floor by Hicks.
Maybe 66. 4:40 to go.
You've been on the campus. Have you been to the museum at Carolina?
I have not.
It's unbelievable. I asked to get the concession. Look at this.
Is in the country.
Substitution for Carolina. Isaiah Hicks has checked in. Here's the steal. Hicks with the steal wants to go right to the rim. Much better.
This kid plays with a lot of confidence.
Low block. Hicks spins and goes right around Osen here. Mississippi State and Florida State will follow us tonight on ESPN2. The Battle of the Maliks in that game.
Yeah, folks, if you haven't seen... Oh, what a finish.
The pull-up jumper in traffic is good. By Kane Harris. Low block and Hicks.
And back come the Tar Heels. Hicks with a reverse. Pretty move. How well is he playing? Possession for Texas. Page misses. Hicks with a rebound and a chance for three.
It's amazing, Dan. Well, Carolina's going to have to get somebody over Marcus Page to do something because Page is getting basically trapped off every exchange. And so Joel Berry's going to have to knock down the shot. Justin Jackson. I think Bryce Johnson's a guy they can look to. But there's the trap again. And there's Johnson one-on-one.
Not looking to take Lambert. The handoff to Jackson. Jackson hands off to Hicks. Count the basket.
Aaron transfers in Aaron Harris, who is really finding his way in the team as outside shooter. And then when you think about outside shooting, Bryn Forbes. Michigan State has a little bit of everything. And more importantly, they have one of the top coaches in the country.
With the Maryland team that wasn't playing all that well this time, he scored 35 points in an overtime win.
Well, he scored 35 against a lot of people. Len Bias, one of the great players in the history of college basketball.
Very nice, coach, because he said, okay, my bad. As you were. The lob, and Hicks will lay it in.
Hicks over Hurt, rattles it home. Beautiful player offensively. Jackson, no good, but guess what? Isaiah Hicks, shot clock at 2. Foul zone, comes up short. Now that was a freshman jump shot right there. He pulled it as a freshman playing against a storied program, because Falzone is described by Chris Collins as the best shooter on the team. Just absolutely pulled the string on that one. Fading away, knocking it down. Out the rest of the rankings revealed live. Join Reese at the guys at 7 Eastern on ESPN tomorrow night. Also streaming live on Watch ESPN. Rattling it home is on the floor. Here is Hicks. It's a thing that it's very easy to teach if guys want to be taught. You know what I mean? That's a different problem. Which is a different problem in college basketball. I said.
This has been a pretty cleanly played game up to this point.
Almost taken away, and it is. And Kenny Williams, the freshman, helps Carolina to the front court.
North Carolina always has a long, tall person on the inbounder, and they get those tips off. And
pretty move by Hicks. said something to us about it before the game, and I thought, you know what, he's right. The brick. Or Joel Berry. Nice pass. Isaiah Hicks. Jalen Allen, Wofford to within 3.
Wofford playing North Carolina basketball with the rush up the floor quickly. None of the bigs were back.
Hicks. Skip out for Berry. Jackson off the James screen. Nice pass for the dunk.
Impressed with the length that they can put out on the floor and the flexibility of the lineups that they have. Yeah. And people don't realize, too, when you have that much depth, it makes practice that much better because you can compete at every position.
Everything around the rim.
Pinson looking for help. Got it to Berry all alone for 3. In and out. Nice putback by Isaiah.
Team, my goodness. They have all their major pieces back with the exception of J.P. Tokedo. 9 of 10 returning.
Isaiah Hicks.
Because, again, the rule says that your feet cannot be above, on, or inside of that restricted area.
And that's what the coaches want. They just want the rules that are in place to be enforced the right way. And that was a miss that time. Segura lofts up the 3, doesn't go. Now here comes Nate Britt having a day to remember. Oh, what an alley-oop to Isaiah.
I should say. Britt leading the break. A bounce pass to Berry. And the cleanup by Hicks. 16 points for Devin Coleman.
Looks like a different guy.
Looks like a different guy. It's part of what they expected when he transferred from Clemson. We are all tied up at 34 with 2:33 and counting to play in the first half. Hicks with an aggressive move along the base.
You know, this Temple team's got potential, and this game obviously is a long way from being over, but I like these young guys. And as we've said, they're playing without one of their better guys.
Right. And Encionia out with an ankle injury. Hicks forces his way down low and is